Afei na bra so se ye de mpensem mu bra wo Adom TV so se de bi kaka na ewukwada November bosume de toso ensia sabre no nso abo apa ho sima aduasa miedu pepepe na ye pem ko ye ni mu no na ye bedi oman ho enkomo nsempi na abegu ya pronso bi apie da bo nkrata mu edika edi adwentoto a edi anobaba ye no nti ye bedi ho nkomara na se de adwen ni ba ko fotiri mu nti ubetime de wadwen kire afa 1760 na say ampofo J Facebook na makenkan ede amount model wo Kumasi Insura FM listeners board woka membership na ho multimedia group Kumasi love ni Insura FM penifo enyina ase membership happy birthday model ene wa wodanti bia wo bia no yakopon ema wonyine emru mfinhia wo ha ene enan echiripo enum say the 104.5 FM etie ewo Kumasi no na Shete shemi efri CJ Fashes onunso ewo Kumasi Amakom Stadium ehonomwa oni Jopo Chemistry de hwani mu oben Ash FM obetimi afre CJ wo 0268 505021 0268 505021 eba African word ya oya number 1 ewo Ashanti region ene mpotamu enyina anapay ensemo egu ya pono so ayedi ho enkomo enada omampani His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ehia eye new MMDCs no Metropolitan Municipal na District Chief Executives afofofo na wotu omofo na nkomodie mu no na corruption ho nsensema na nsen dia femfama bibare atetare omampani aches wote ne ho ba bia entie no woyi ne ho ano ekiremu na afi wo muso a ase waso wano egu ne so ebo ne tiri so ebo ne kiri tese ene yitwa ne yam ba bia na wo kiremu se sebe obi airport batan ene nada no kaso ma ne ba enum nwia no nhye ne mretintin enti wo mu a sesei no wo mu ho adwa wo mu nti wo mu ase ba bia se na memu a wo bu nkoye ne ho keka ho no 2016 enchekra sesei 2013 2014 15 16 enti wo mu nya abotre na wo mu hwe ba bia susai ede bode ho no ebefa na enye eno enko na omampani ensem a okaye no yenku tie kakramra yeba die aka a ibedi ho nkomo nyina nso yebebo so e de ato so nsema no wampani di tudwa ankasa no kakum yenye no kokwa numra
Nansan enipa pii ena wonom ebo mampanyachi se eniama nkoye na akani atumi kra no ya ye no ye de eyi niama bone edi free ho no ase oni eho akokoduro na eno ena mampanyi John Dramani Mahama wode ensem bi aba beto dwa wei eya no ye ya dodo a wonom ebo na chi no wode ema wonom wose ne ha na dwen kra ne se wonya wo bo na chi a wonom nka bi emfama no dodo na so di akotene ewo NDC amanyoko animu a anya bia no wone wonom ena wa amanyoko baako emu a ne nuanom prekope ene wonom na de woka ede akire wonom ene se wonom enya abotre na sa wadwen ene se ebia ka wonom nko na mampanyi afra konya ne so a ene 2016 no ewo ha ya se wobekọ ananso se wonko no nyankopon enenim na se wonom pese wokọ nso dia ene edu samre no a obetimi akọ amoman ebo ajo mampanyi Mahama ede sasemi tudwa ewo entete adwubadie sonkokra mpanyimfo yeye ede ema aban akrachefo dwubadie ne koso ewo local government training institute mo ewo enkran na ebiom ne osan ede kan ho ene se wonom esa keka se proye koso ewo mayimu a mampanyi wontimi anya ho hye wose wanya bonachi ewo sa kwan ne so se woye ho bibia enye ye no asa de wonom ennim no papa na ne wo kan ne se adwuma ne de enafom adwuma ne so ne so ho apafo no esua woye nea obetimi bia.
Recently, a few of my comrades have questioned my ability to fight corruption. I dare say they don't know me well. For those who disagree with me and are anxious to see my back, not to worry, 2016 is not too far away. I'll urge them to be patient. In this difficult job, the least one expects is comradeship and solidarity.
Enti sese ukoduro mampani fia se adwuma wo bona na kwame ampedu adwumtofo hene nwom amana we amana we Mosimenya mekwa mambo aju nti zanwom no nkwa nezi a wobo na eno no eda nchen a yebedi eno ho nkomo de eda nchen a TUC ena afi PURC fracas se say de enyate yebetoa eden ya yetoa so a epo bebem ene say PURC unim se board no act constitute act 538 section 2 no hwemu a membership no nipa constitute no TUC for representation mum iso mu chire mu a sabi untimi nyina nkran ni mu na won sa ntete nkran ne wote ni bi fro nti omo atwa omo ho de free PURC nim kusi bra omo akoma so ade adwumayefo ne adwadifo omo akoma so ade a omo de to abayan ni mu PURC no na ho adwuma omo timbie so yentie wo mo esu no kusi se omo be omo akoma so ade amom ne nya ade a omo beko na ese no so ho asem na enra no PURC for no yensentwefo nhyiam de bi na panimpa woda no owura samosapon kyeremu se se wo hwa eyemra na ahye se department wo benten ene de oka ho omunkamfua na omunye Public Utilities Regulatory Commission etwanti akan PURC no ye Trade Union Congress TUC for no mu chefa enti mra no ehye se sei na wo se eye no matwemo afiri mu a na ne omotena se din de omusa hye omode merifo manye yi ti kwambia so no also omope ho no ye efiri emra anim difo ho ene emrahye bidwan fia ombeko court so a ombeko na omakakwa akutiti mu na ahwese wo ho kwan se omutimi je omogege mu omuje omo osubrani etisa na sansemi ena owura Kofia Samwa oye twehwerefo pani ede ematius na chim se sebe wonu munye nkwada enye di kuruaba won tibi da ne tui se de ayeta aka no nti court no mo kwa omonko omonka hyenkudu ombeba aba bi hye omo e court no so ebedi ho nkomo sapotwe emfaso de be ne de ba bi papa bi eba be firi mu aba ana se ebekwa kowie eyensen ayawa so central marche budwani so ho abasem enrada eye circle tiptoe lane ena eye mefo kire mu a eye Kwame Nkrumah circle interchange kesia empenifo se eye no construction ne beba baba twafa eye tiptoe lane ho baabi nti wo mu atete mpata bi mu ne ade bi wo mu a enye mrakwa so nyina nra na ohya sese obitu wo mu ne kwa mu ada ho ama yetimi ammo kwa mu aba beye se adwuma no na si ebetu wo mu si entu wo mu nra ene aposifo ne emefo kugu ho no wi akiri na kikiri emashebedwani wo ayawa so central Owura Henry Kwate ekwo ho agya ne mpesua so account ntina kwambia so account 20 ne manfo ho akere wo mu no na ono nso ho akere na afei pani kokuduru ho no mu a sabere de ensem aposifo eka ene se obaye no no be hye mantewa ne mabawa wo mu didwa ho kutupa se wo mu nsori ntia aposifo ene EMFo no na sase mi chief superintendent Sylvester Boyo ena ede etu edwa meka sei anopa yedi ho enkomo na penifo ni mienu nyina chief superintendent dia wo kan se sa na MP ne be MP so kire se nyesa no be ne mpokura akotom odo rice mu de wa bi de ma wo mu na se waye papa no wanya ya de na yesan akwakwa sei ne din arafe lucky e back clinic adama na yedi mpense mu ebre lucky e back clinic se yem wonte ase sa yare sade no kredie ene de so udi no kre na waldru ye wo mfidie na nimdie tato a wo nse bibia ekototen yade no de de pa manfo akwa abre amom nsaje ne kura no wo de ko lucky e back clinic obebo omo ultramodern laboratory scanning equipment ahodo na ward no so omo ma ne mema de nyese bia nyina mko yusu baby ba ko dabi na nnuro no so de ne wakasa wani tua agese wakudru lucky back clinic ena ohu de ye kire ehu se yade ne mu ahodo de efiri mu jamu de efiri entini mu de efiri ye nipadua na nkasa mu na de wo no mpam ni nyina omo ye ho adwuma si yamfa ngo emfiri wo na ye mu a fakoloki back clinic no betu ase omo si nyankopɔ di mu nti na omo wo lucky babites e wo monten so a eno no be ma yere mre e wo mpamu a omo ebeboa wo amane ma nyina akoyie obenya hoden kokosu na fifiri wo sei wani ase anasa ohe pramuja pacho ko niam woduro afi susu no omo sa wo lucky ba me hye no no afefie malaria no mo ne chidi afefie bia be ba oso bia afi sasam fu muja no nti oba se obu nsa maye kura na ne wato adi e wo lucky ba me hye no me pacho bomodin na ehwe omo kira kwan gumwa ogwakurum wini bagwan so duro e kwan ne so no a na omo ewo na wokọ eye kaso aso nyanya no kwan so no omo enkran mo kaneshi first light abrosan kese green bi wo ho no mo sa abrosan na mu eno mo na obetimi afra mo so 0243 201-244, 0243-201-244, and 0242-758231, 0242-758231, and 0242-238745. From one Lucky Hair Back Clinic for a bedroom. So, I'm catch sampa why lucky. And I pay and penny for me no more dijuma. Honorable Kojo Edu Asari, Kanem Rashimjani, Edema Adenta, Abato Empesuaso, Atanasi Dada, and Afi, aspiring national organizer, Edema MPP Amanyukuno, former deputy communications director, John Bodu, Poko Arenia Branche Katechi, and also Atanasi Dada. A penny for Makwaba. Honorable, and a yina bemupa idu adano na nyi ya na say outfit no many aje one paper. Correct.
No comment.
No comment. Mati, about the same, you look good.
Thank you.
John, yes. Apum, BI fan. Campaign call crack. It's a campaign, Munny but. Tibia, Tidiocos Bia. Echo, come. Okay. Yada, young coupon, I see. Minim, one day born once, and I am not tired of money to be. Sir Blasters coach, I see Uncle Fat Technical Director, and Fanamra me Batana. You see, I prepare Ako Boy last match to Brazil 2014. Quick comment, John. Minim, Sir suggestions in a banner said he was uno.
You made us make sure it's safe for no more. My suggestions, no. But my engineers are competent enough to know, say, whether there are lapses on the technical, especially accuracy, appear technical abilities. Because the minimum so can only say, or other technical people are almost which is OT and other people are almost. And in other jurisdictions, you know, unya coach for a national team, not even for just a national team, for major teams now. Omo onko for omo ye juma bebre emano, especially for national teams there. Once a players see monitoring, omo modern ball throughout the world since players ni any ano, and no de juma cra on its own. Even monitoring the players in Ghana so. For scouting for because we say who team team blaster and yet 2014 World Cup so players na you know you replace your ma a seamless and quiet to say other teams are working on aging team now replacing them becomes more difficult. It's looking beyond Arabia and no more. And almost share, but details they share them out, Papa Bia. We won't say other people are responding, other people are accepting, but say overall plan of the whole, and I bet to me, yes, we are contributing.
Honorable,
I'm a chair, I don't pay a share bedroom. Main Tiasia say. Ghanaians will want to do this to themselves. Some Ghanaians, I would say. So, Kusiapia et Obia me your core tournament 2013 by. I was one of the people who we cranam seeing, you know. But over the years, and as over the period, especially with the qualification, the qualifying series, World Cup qualifying series. He has impressed me. What I say? He has impressed me. I'm with one match to go, which is a playoff. A playoff. Me usually say you're born to send you last time you're born like qualifying process. You're born the last World Cup.
Playoff. Bianca qualified.
I called it that. What I say? To playoff no man so tension be a bemuni, but at least he's giving us a convincing victory just a few weeks ago, and the Ghanaians are skeptical about our going to Brazil. Now, Thomas, the super matter. So, and you know, I really don't see where this whole issue of technical director Fufrobi, let's ask. 2 World Cups are a coach said the no free. Omo pedigree. Never. Aha no mo benya. After taking us to World Cup, omo ba ya no mo dwane because omo say level a ye do omo edu no. Sika na omo ye yitua ma omo no kra. They were being offered something bigger elsewhere, Saudi Arabia and other teams for that matter.
And so, for the records, so share coaches are qualified for World Cup. Because here, I'm so lowest.
That's fine for me. And I said that is another issue. Your economy and your home also have to be factored into this whole thing. But my point, and I say, why can't we also build our own? Now, no so near international commodity, I'll be super ako. And we need some technical. Yeah, can say technical. Yeah, okay. Obia so crown share Ghana how. Say yeah, war the as John Kyle, Tia Kenten, Samadi, Sam Dodu, Afrane, and that's on your Mubiana. Yeah, Pubia. Why boss Manchester United do say. Brazil, BBB,
Bronibia only
we shouldn't shoot ourselves in the foot. We should even say to try and fail both effort. Ultimately, to try and fail. But this team we have, I mean, just sure say they will go into this World Cup tournament as a deficient team. Morale, no, the is so high. If we can maintain our spirit, and add 1 or 2 things. Because Apia requires only some psychological boost. And your players the pay any here. Or no, as a coach, if we can help to strengthen him in terms of his psychology and all of that, I think he can be, and also the Sako Kudrono, become match him and measure himself among the world's best. Instead, say I would suggest say to send you can yes, players say your psyche or your psyche. I also think the coach requires the same. And your coach, the team now I manage your friends saying Rubiam Buno, you can say Abofia na the tournament because somewhere ban a be cry a west. Chen Kwesiapia. Ultima say, the coaches, a big bar into the tournament. That's a background crow Monday ban. Kwesiapia, so far, for matches I have. National score line near there. Goals are washed in the number of now year average. Now, if I compare, I hear there's only one team being Kai nation, I think Spain. And so far, more goals.
Qualifies,
Ebro, Ghana. Only one team, please. What are you for now? Then build on for impress here before we think we have what it takes to go into a World Cup. So for me, I think an argument that is so flawed from the beginning.
Okay, a word to a wise is enough. Obenyansa for you bune be yankana sem. Yeni yankomwe. Mamisha sem free John so minkoti way. Also he said, for those who disagree with me and are anxious to see my back, not to worry. 2016 is not too far away. I will urge them to be patient. In this difficult job, the least one expects is loyalty and comradeship. Omampeni to his critics. See 2016 in Yechikra. Nanu ye na ba. Mijidi say what TB?
My TB, but frustration, in government, amount of cost. So, omo hu baby mfa kora enhye no doso eno sa frustration no nebema national security advisor or responsible ono kora na edwuma no say daso ho oni ho as we speak now we don't know
by ente say ye for
the so say asanfa and enyame na America Minister for Information. Ankasaka. So no akra doubt on your sure. 50 hovers 2 weeks.
On no more 7
but
on very sure.
On doing checking some country. What have chair?
Yeah, better check it. Yeah, better check it.
Near much check ever boy. Say you Tianico in Tianica, no see him. So, obey so frustrated, say, I buy responsibility, I also buying here. Into me, you're not any pay. Or the work I could see a dama and Quaracom school. Now, Utia also surround my 3 a.m. No one ready and then on our drive with their bread. Because be our security, we uncle say, oh, Jane, oh, advice. Oh, do I have so much frustrated, say. Also, wow, to me, and tell me, you can get out. To copy passports. Because as an Albanian parent,
there be all patches say, Obi security advisor or say on security issues or 1 PC and I say, as I'm now can buy some I can be. And men come I might say 1 PC, they are going to
breach for. I'm watching. You can see the kind of frustration because as an parent be able to catch any mass or 250, you know. Now, as I'm no, I had him pa. And until the National Women Organizer be to catch a Ghana for say, who are going to be into electricity, unison go, you know, copper candle. So, use candle. In terms of advice, no fridge. Na unto electricity bill, na also candle. Na the ashisha say na pretty. Oye baba, na unto electricity bill. Also candles are no way use na the ejuma.
Now the ashisha board you say na.
I been him the officer okire. And no nebema energy minister. It to me the slang saba. Manaka say turn it off. If you can pay, turn it off. Now electricity this time when yet is sense you the boy be more frustration ebema obi ti say Dr. Teniedu abe catch and say the outfit no abine sheda need as room na resources so here odi be na edwuma no ne nsa enka na office okra no Professor Mills the man as if say Oka thank you be actually no. Meanwhile, office you no ankasa say office for time and na office wo. Na then after Professor Mills the creative man no say as a wa boa campaign into better na ho. Some frustration and your frustration out of the blue. A frustration a deep seated in the way our economy is. Say we are buying na uji sika obejia utete the odebema district assembly common fund in yama sika ka the 99.3% echiaka unye sika na chalk nkwara bie school a wa mo sika omo de ato chalk a kire nkwara ade register ye tro mu ade unye bi mo district assembly si omo common fund emba get fund sika contractors egu so wona eje no unye de obetumi I ban to me ya na say me kobo besia so much so that say within just 5 years no aban bobesia so much from 9 billion to 43.5 billion just within 5 years to the extent say na no besia ye bono 1.1 billion Ghana cedis per month. So into a frustration and a bema obi to say abambabin oma atono wise man. So abe complaining say the air kono and yet na man from a wise man na musi me a wise man na me so me na also me buani si 200 schools me president is so me hono me we come to Agoro boys aji president wafa na say
I for ni Goro boys
say omo a unse ka Goro boy a obi oye intermediary between an institution boa e facilitate
aso mo de minim say ha bo ni DVL
ni ade no ko bi edu kolebu o te kolebu go ebi wa castle o go president go bi na also mo wan ye nema yi a onsa enka omo so the frustration no na amana banasa frustration and ebe ma obi ti say standobe ahwe abambagwe anim akache nse oye big liar so frustration and ebe ma obi ti say because me ka say your way uti abambagwe a o say ono onim president ni ye pa na oni president no asem die em say enye asem a sebi nkwara na bem na se obi one ne tesa no ma ye niema etwem omugusu eye niema nti so obi one president no level of friend ni ndu aketo akra number of friend ni aketo na ansa na obetumi aba out akasasa no na tesa niema akoso a menka say using the public channel or public arena to discuss internal matters is the best way because ABC MPP mo you complaining the ABC NDC mo this be a person taking political advantage but sometimes so no it becomes the only avenue because TTB are all kana na ano eshi in response to that no me this a monkey play by sizes so because I know never force so abambabi no abeka so sando gbere mo mbra Joy FM say mo be Joy FM now we am be share the records e wo ho frustration never ma abambabi aka say sa imrantie yi and advice president there our president is naked
meba me so nya ntobasia catalog frustrations ni nyina eba na wakọ response a president de ba so yenye enkrato emrasisi eba John Betwaso ya mo akwa babiem e de aba bedwam empensempensemu so sabre na nwotwe abapa ho sima nan pepepe e wo Adom TV so John Boadu aspiring NPP national organizer na nugusu a wokasa woni ntoso
me kan say ahomte no any frustration ados nti omo anka normally nsem a eni se omo ka no omo ka kire Ghana for benye ye ne ye enamo amowe manika adompe enye ye ne ye omo anamowe ye be ye election
nam no wa Ghana for
well omo Ghana for omo ne omo nam no omo anenim because ye be ye election who create impression Ghana ye economy fastest growing then mo check computers mo check we mo duanua mo ye confirm ne niema na de abambagben kan esiso ne se corruption wa ben mo dos because no not na sabi ye duanua e wo northern region nyina say de omo kan ye sika over 50 million e di duanua nko no hu bi confirm aye say ye senka ya ye confirm no mo na even unzo no ben na doli ufa ha obedu oba
so ye ho na en mpesi asokra
omo ko bo kina kra nko confirm you betu akofe bi aba ona me che no ti se niema e ko so hwa jida ko fo sika ye tetema omo create loot and share sika o ye tetema omo e ade ono so ha no so ona me che nti adoso nti utie the president response na o ya pa ba bet mo pa ba well
sana who response
yes one quite say obe resign before 2016 because the me did see amana mandate no say onye adwuma mbo Ghana for till 2016 nti also munya abotre na 2016 edu a ono a ebikra because adwuma na edin so ono aka say adwuma no edin nti nko here support from his people. But
say in this difficult job, the least one expects is loyalty and comradeship.
Oh, that which no. There can't be on say edwuma no ne den yo no. Enya family and friends near there. So, we say MTN for the war service family and friends no. According pempen so bi a say edwuma no de aye no. As akodane family and friends. Na abangba na so ka ho. Say ne complain no ni titru ene say on pese be ba ne say Bahama be faili na o faili a na nordna say ya to aba Ghana fo nyina to aba EU as president no who faili a we faili as John Mahama. But this tribal connotations to our elections and President Mahama nankasa edi kan wom. Well, for you to go and stand in the north to say Nana do dankwa kufuado a person nordness eto abamana on settle down no fa Dr. Mahmoud Baumia enye ne candidate and some nordness ato abama as if say omani mu ye dia we are not na northern president wo ha wo de sika ayenya ento choki wo benya chok ni bi ato if you are anywhere electricity bill had any problem in this country for almost everybody in industry because we are not now, and this is the kind of politics we have played in this country when I'm a because kanya sa obi a ofi na doli de we are then cast obi ofi your friend is wale unia, but this is what we've done until president ni delivery hano the hana say because a northern president and I'm not na ena efeli mi gidi say sa kasa we kasa fin a emboa mo man no enko nanim wona me che
John onyini say President Mahama ye man pressure do
pressure ya obi ama na pressure
pressure
obi ama na pressure
oh yeah sure
pressure ben and obi ama no because I know you're part of his job. Does that mean you do as unfortunately I need to inform and share that example. But also wabre NDC movie Anambra. Why a member of parliament or call prime minister now Olusuye. Ogusu ye ekuma. Emma NDC. I be also my name's up post there be up onsu nya post here.
Ona say ona so deserve
be onsu nya post here nko pe. No nya post nya ono ni post obenya na ope o be nkofo so di nechi nti sa nipa no se o complaining ana se oni obi kasa na we nya response papa nipa butoye ni yem na ye kika nsema emfa kwemu e kire na minji ni se na ni beje wona me kire nti me expect say sebi monkey play by sizes. Me a problem with Abangbabi. You know my problem? Ubeka 2009. Say na Tamils say onya dey slow corruption say. Your man post I know one kasa bion say your man post. Nti are we to expect the same? Say all complaining about corruption, all complaining about
Obuache say ne complain anya genuine.
Minkasa. So one example, and known to me a scientific basis for determining the character. But one example, which is rich in this direction. Because on no acknowledge say, from July, President Mahama Bedi president to date, he said that's so first year. Let's just say, Nyadia, Amemono, Ekoye.
Yet, engine, John Messaba, so, Homeso, na. Menko honorable Kojo Edu Asare honorable the post be fatano post be so ho no betimi aye adwuma no enti o mampani da bia metaka say ye pebe able men with all the abilities and capability to say o betimi aye adwuma no ono na ba ko so adwoso the original adwoso dwaben NDC parliamentary candidate no Augustus Andrews na akosi pedwuma mranche no mo ho de o meye adwuma no. And just had the be 2016. You should wait for your back. Honorable, I want penny response number. Oh, that's honorable. I was a sad baby. I didn't know how, and I'm
Minamo Yamina Minamo.
Minim say Yamina and but say Bible say
Nimre pa.
Oh, Bible say Yanko Poncha Wadia. Yes, also the sumo mind.
Say in his time he makes all things beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yenim
Sadie, but chess one edge.
Baby prayer. So prayer the Bema, Ebiana and Yenimrea.
Yanka say o prayer ni e prayer man wo say Nyankopon emi kwan
obi a me na o pese me kwahye e bi so na e kwan no so nye
e kwan no
e bi na so nye o siesie ho nwie
o kwan na the road is clear ya pa life at the road is clear
the race is not for the
yo baby ho no mo akwahye ho siesie bi aka ene ma be pija
it's of God who shows mercy
ndu bu so atwa nyame anim o kwa sore we
ana pay ya na asem ya odeme
too many answers so what's him here what's him masem
yeah penny me say the steps of the righteous are ordered by the Lord
mate
otiaze intino me ntutu manamo keke Nyankopon de me kwa na cheze on na de me akọ enye I don't rush into things. But
beba enche me shem kongu abrabo so. Enu fufuo na se odo se beba.
Time he makes all things beautiful. In his
amen.
Not
amen.
My time.
Reverend Edward Sarayako preach on.
Oh my God. You ought to pay say asama the NRA president can send you local government institute. Okoshia DCs na MCs ye omo orientation na before I'll be kasa am say na oni kromo tu kwan go obsess Sweden e fa landing kaka ansa oba na oba anaso wo abrochi ho nsem bi piepie ono abo bag bin nsem bia orezi wo mo Joy FM mo program. I think the following day or day after, I don't know, Sanka BB, our Radio Gold. But in England, Mono, yeah, Penny, yeah, General Secretary about said, young Kanya known to everybody should. For me, I won't say too much when it comes to near way kind and near way kind. What I have always said, they say, mpanyin na company sem anasa mpanyinfo na company sem enti no mpanyin sem so no enye ne nyina na ka wo Badwam enti we should all learn how to do things in the best interest of all of us. It's a collective responsibility we all have towards each other. Enti se bibi eba for ba ko fum kunwa yan fumu nya enti no yenyina so yenya ebuo bi mfama mpanyimfo. That's all I'll say because sabio enye nipa na ote akonwa no so no ena ebuo no fata no ana ese no akonwa na nipa no te so no ena eye ama nipa na nya ama apeja nipa nanka nipa no te se me no mi no asa akonwa no nka ho anka bia nsembi wo betimi aka kire na untimi like hu nsembia ni ho bia ntimi
onkata so bia
but akonwa na abeka ho no no na say kan for wo baby omubu say yenya peja obi ohene a something I don't know what but like say peja obu ma ya akola kra say you pound ohene na ye man tena akonwa so a ni dia ese de ma akonwa no ene de ma yenye say o we dia ye ba na ye wo fase na say yakola and say bibi and you don't see the person in that light anymore. It is the sacrosanct of that city na nipa no teso no and na ye de ehun ni die e masa nipa. And I think we should leave that we should always be mindful of that. And yes, ochra ya denigrate sa seat na say obi a say yen anase obi oben yen e be sit so no so ye no sa o say hono say me na me sha asio e na akoba no senti me de mesre enyina ya ka say sa kwan we ne ye ko yenyina as a people ye fa ye ahoɔden ta n'akyi na mpanyinfoɔ so ɔmo bɔ dwa koraa na sɛ yɛdi asɛm anaasɛ biribi ba na yɛka na ɛto na yɛde na ehia nkitahodie foforɔ bi a ɔmo to bi to agyina ɔmo kɔkɔhyɛ ɛyɛ ɔmo so yɛkɔbisa aberewa anaasɛ biribi na ebi a wɔn na asɛm a ɔkan deɛ wanka ne yie anaasɛ yɛkɔ akɔsiesie ho anaasɛ seesiesie na yɛtumi atu ɛfo bi nyadeɛ but yɛntena bedwam ɛnka nana anim ɛwɔ nipa mu ne yɛkeka nti mɛsrɛ ɛyɛ biribi a culture na tradition bi a ɛne yɛn wɔ but it's like ɛnyɛ yɛn yɛ culture kɛkɛ ɛyɛ biribi a amansa nyinaa agye atom a obiara de yɛ adwuma democracy no nkyɛ sɛ sɛbi obiara tumi bie n'ano kabi ma mi nkabi nti sɛbi o biribi a ɛbɛfiri biara timi ba. I think we should learn to do things properly.
John can send me say uti o mampeni response or the bar and ray some work for those who disagree with me and anxious to see my back. Not to worry, 2016 is not far away. Ne honka hono. I just want mampeni na bemu ye bu ansa.
Oh, say anwinsem oka nipa pi wo
and
trasiye different. So, but adwinsɛm no kaeɛ no wanka direct sɛ kasakwa na 2016 patro wobɛtumi akae saa phrase no biom na yɛnkyerɛkyerɛ mu
ɔsɛ for those who disagree with me and are anxious to see my back not to worry 2016 is not far away.
Wonderful. To see my back because so called social media and ebinom kra ba radio so bekasa ebia suggest kra say 2016 omuntimi ntwen but something should be done.
Something like what?
I don't know. I mean, I've sat in the studio with somebody who has made this. He said there should be a way to, you know, say
what way?
I don't know. The son I will be sa me be sa ni pa ko bi. So I want to be and mommy direct a answer. So I'm the ma cost to send you no expect to say because na encoso na and say China ekwaku the paku we any term. People have suggested all manner of things, and when you go on Facebook in particular, a hona I answer I said studio had you to me better can ya okwa keke na wasorako. Una say baby sa questions of more church mu and what I say but the whole question be any ni ao pe we the to wasorako. So all those suggestions and so on, the feedback and ODB tuja. So mo amunya yanka me free so no be for abado. Mo try the 2016 mo betimi abue manum akasa asem ni biomu a. E be hwe. Mo amopɛ mo tumi
nkrofo nsɛm kan ho.
Yes, response because service all those maso from near cost OTB. Ni amanfo keka say to be fighting corruption, so to be fighting corruption. What church mu yakọ corruption your institution say ye de adwuma hye omo saso omo ye. Ni aba na apro so say ye fa ho aye. But beyond that no, adwuma no kokɔhye obi fufuro nsa. The way anka media modem pressure because akoto president so say hwe na yesi anka modem ani so call say dia dida semi by na CID4 omo akɔ frefrem krofo mu na anka ba na media for modem pressure edda ho na mu bisa say CID boss obi e na akosi sen na you understand yoku for free na anka eho then we will see say a free presidency aba ministerial level akɔ various institutions then the spotlight remains there to see where the whole thing will move. Say if you go Attorney General office, now I back to court, and I said, yeah, where that's the process, the procedure. But I say at every point, you know, because the buck ends or stops with the president, you know, and the whole soon as say they don't sign the corner, the political capital that we expect, you know, now ye spotlight, you know. But if we allow the media's focus to be on the processes, it's a checking corruption. Now the various levels, and as a measures are government net taking in the various a friend is saying task force here on these taxes, tax evasion here. It was an institution of government that went after Ehina Akusi. That is where the media should focus. Friends say, commissioner, on this judgment death issue, the focus is there. It will say the process is not. We should allow those processes to also take its place. That is how we fight it all together. But I say, when the president and the DBB sign the con and the DBB sign the con, that is where it's going. The fight against corruption and now can be brave.
They are going to announce new policies. Best yes. At least 2 years and some work in the coming weeks. Or be announce new policies. I best strengthen the already existing ones. Never crano. Me fancy be new ones. A way to fight this corruption. And yet, Q no taking and I say taking note of issues be a nipe be a raising ticket be a nensem nan konko be a mon trend said you know be 20 as a mon train at 2016 name and some of kind it be a constructive but it be a destructive
the mandate
a move up me fa
the mandate ended in 2016 okay and the institutions of government you cannot just they started fighting corruption. Some people were killed, sentenced to firing squad. And there wasn't a sentence, like they were shot. For what?
Killed, nah.
What you say? In trying to fight against corruption. Mebwa. That was some 30 years back. It was 30-something years back. They started corruption. Ache. Methods we ya try be a bay year killed. People were shot and killed. Yes. Then there were other era. To the extent say President Kufuor he tried to at the point he got so frustrated. Frustration at John Kano. And yet President Baku it me cross barriers. His frustration.
And you say, frustrated.
Me see, or no, Kano, maybe Fankaza or Bishan the same question. No.
No, frustration can be across. That means if he goes confirm the fact that
if he describes such a situation as frustration, if he describes such a situation as frustration, then the then president, President Kufuor,
was
when he said, say, corruption dates way back. Adom, Mreso, and a corruption, a chassis. To the extent, say, sometimes I say, Otino, Otino, no, they are in front of me. I did mommy, they be me. What I say? That is the deepest part of corruption, if to the extent that the chairman of the party, Ankasakra, see, a man for to me, over the year, discover friends say, Kabutumu, and then Yakika and all of that. All of these systems we have been through. President Mills, and so by every year, the Afemudia. Or no so Abba, na Femudia, SSO, obey. Intino 1 year, any a tree, Kakra, shouldn't be so bad that people will want to ask for his exit. When we've been through this process, Amaka to the Ebiawu, Ebia Jatum say, Adam Reso, and then Yakika to where we are now. So for anybody to suggest, say, 1 year or a little more in office is enough time to fight corruption, he should exit. That is what he's addressing. So no suba, wabe, obeye na femu die. Niye wohot is here, any near, yedi betumi atutu mu a, ebe ma, Kufuor ba any first, friend say, on inauguration, the first address to the nation after the inauguration. That is where the phrase zero tolerance for corruption or introduce you phrase. Obekono na fe you say Adam Mreswadi.
Sir, someone you was honorable. Say Omampani Eka 2016 right, the mandate no up to 2016. ba ye kasabebu bi se achia emu ye sen kasabebu nyina na se ni daso ho na mom se ye mane buto form so dia na se ni daso na sa eno ne suggestion na manfo bi suggestion se ye mana agye agura se eno 2016 na se ye ntini
in the next coming weeks, you know, and yet 2016 and 7
okay.
In the next coming weeks, and yet 2016, so you try and go to 2016, and so say will be a year at the fan one. Yeah, that's not what he's saying. Or see, a friend said recently, I'm some friends say could be for a friend say office public office holders or more a code of conduct to be a code of ethics be but it doesn't have that legislative aid. So you are compiling portions of it. Yeah, they according to as I know, the parliament has even approved it. I'm say parliament, cabinet approval by parliament, so that at least some punitive aspects of that code, you know, can be enforced after the parliamentary approval. It is all of this, even Whistleblowers Act, so witness
right to information bill,
right to information bill, parliament. It's your opinion. Who here say the fight against corruption? So legislator. For me, that is where I expect say my senior colleague, Honorable Abambagbe Mubema, because the of Parliament, say, I mean, he's been the minority, the majority leader, and he's still ranked, even though unkra position, Papa Bia, or apart from being the head of the, I think, constitutional, you may say Papa from the level. Maybe I would do no. He still he's one person say Parliament who be every member of Parliament I ever catch Tama or free so original say or Kasa or Parliament there is dead silence in Parliament House. Dead silence.
Genius.
Obia percent so he has a lot of
he's grounds, a real wise man.
Yes, grounds in Parliament. So bills here alcohol into me here he should also bring his presence in Parliament to bear, so that we can all be seen as fighting it together.
Okay.
That the president also says, in these times, in these difficult times, and we all acknowledge, we need comradeship, support, and loyalty. It's very important.
Okay, John, quickly,
statement now, one kind of of fan direction of fan. What kind of statement one can see? To me failing in the upper or the major. You're failing in the upper statement anything. Okay. For those can I for those who disagree with me and are anxious to see my back, not to worry. 2016 is not far away. I urge them to be patient. In this difficult job, the least one expects is loyalty and what? Commerce. It is not Facebook for the president responded to. Oh, yeah, by extension. The president responded to Omono. Now, the extension, Bema. But since you are command and Tono, Akoye, Cassia, woman and Toya, Cassia, the whole argument. Woman and Tono, Akoye, Cassia,
yeah, time need to the other issue.
Respond to 1 minute now. Second issue.
And
exactly because you've given him. Well, raising another issue. Someone respond here.
You have just 1 minute.
There is something called context. What you say? If you be kasa in a context and you choose your own perspective out of context, you can arrive at near okay. You are saying, say, you are saying, say, you are saying, say, for those who disagree with you, are you saying, say,
that argument to credit because before say, the thing is not a direct someone would just say because I say poem. And I say, this argument will go on and on and on.
This argument is neither here nor there. Because in context, because the whole context, Papa. it is in the
John, TUC, NPRC, Mekai say brass as we started TUC for starters or more shake or more shake or more say enkonkosi bia as a ocean come
attitude of government, attitude of PRC, attitude of TUC put together. Actually, I'll say electricity bills now about water bills now about and I don't want to be part of a grand design to deceive the people. What government tries to do, the government tries over here is to buy time. Until you ever share, you say now you form technical committee na omaba technical committee here then on the buy almost say I buy and to me and to electricity mu less than 60%. There's no way committee nankasa buy nankasa to chaired by the vice president to say they can't go below 60%. That is minus levies and taxes. Into the on the average, what the taxes and levies come out 76%. Go for complaining about 78%. Now say they are buying between minimum 76%. Then beyond a year. You understand?
Is a PRC for nasty emphatically say nya de ombetmate sokobasa.
No, you can't Ghana for say.
But TUC for so any address on
me position is there's no way I buy better so. There's no way. I'll bet so.
And now, TUC for so say there's no way some come better.
I was here. Say me and create impression. Say it is possible. I buy general. What do you mean? I say who friend is saying Adria why or didn't say soon
no.
Just the next banana obenya into any idea about a dream. I'm not taking decision. But we are at this point also because of sometimes utterances of people in government. Ubekaya, assembly powerful for now, Minister for Information, Honorable Ayariga. Ebeka say, TUC break the arrest of PURC. How can one take a decision? Now, GD say, they were part of the decision-making process. Until you know who had the country at TUC cry also comment about. Yes, in this case, obviously, who are committee who are a member of the committee. Even before Ombedu stage cry, PURC for your consultative meetings are invited political parties and other social groupings. In that meeting, Obi said deputy general secretary of the NDC, one Lawson. Yeah, he was so vociferous against intended increase in our model. Until Muko consult almost against it, we take a decision. Next time, friend, is that what you are saying? By law, a member or members of the committee, just as they are members of SNET. They are so if a review, and also another matter to me after. So to what extent now those people representing institutions that are supposed to speak for us, they effect now Adrian a war constitution and Mranechi said TUC no representing workers. Views must be brought to bear on this because American workers more. Are we getting benefit out of it?
PRC for chess or more clarity. Legally, say almost one films because Emrano 538 and a constitution commission.
Me wa committee so.
TUC so my ready.
Unnecessary distraction. Me wa committee so. Many decision committee ni take as a mother body. Into me see, my suspending my membership for now. Till say my agitations are made, will come to a conclusion. And who committee now me also they make a court to say chinchina membraso.
Opeso ohunu se bia se watwe ho no take decision bi na ebetimi aye adwuma because I didn't share that nye clear sa e wo ho. Mame ko Honorable Kojo Edu Asare ho no so minimu take e wo sa issue ehu. Ye twen amana kwa kusi sei.
Obi a they thrive on rule of law. And our casa say rule of law. This friends, representation of TUC on PURC, a year law. What you say? A year law and a mandate on
PURC Act 538
exactly.
Section 2.
Do you understand? It's an act that makes them part of PURC. Do you understand? So to decide, say, who free, it's flouting the law. It's as simple as that. Right. Why say?
We are member of parliament. I just want who can rule of law. We are member of parliament. A law says also called parliament. At some point, you are popular. You can decide to withdraw your service for a million.
How?
Parliamentarians and decide
to walk out.
No, it can be walk out. They are suspending their member. Well,
man, making a point. Honorable to us,
man. Now, okay, a total deviation from the issues. What you say who boycott it? These are all acceptable under the your mandate as a member of parliament and as a group in parliament. Move to me boycott, and you do that by listen. In this case, listen. You are mandated by this law to be represented on the E. You are there not in your personal capacity, but as the representative of a body. What you say? So to determine, say, the deliberation be a cause a year detrimental to war cause. So when you have done that, and the other person, and the other person, and the other person, and the other person have all done that, where do we stand?
But Honorable Obedia Gisu say Nipano representation na nti owo no. Ni interest nti na omo sa representation no.
Also say
omo interest so kan bi nti no omo sa commission.
For me, when you do this, especially at this time,
especially
at this time, when decisions have been made with your full representation, already with your full representation, this is just another friend say.
Not just said,
what I said, there are two decisions that were made. First, to determine the rate, and the second, this vice president, this they were duly represented. So whatever decisions that have been made binds you already. Do you understand? So this boycott, and then decision beyond a fatal.
The government are ready
for me. For me,
for
me, that is not the point. Let's address this issue. And your government are ready, and now you're ready. That's not where we are right now. As to whether, if you check the as to whether it is okay for them to
addressing the issue or not, the bottom line is omu demands in ye and a home akadi omodi aka ho so and a double.
Yeah, for I think the PURC as an engage the friends as a body will have to engage TUC at any point. Do you understand? To ensure, say, whatever it is that has to be sorted out among them and not between them, they engage themselves and talk. But this withdrawal, I mean, talk to most of the lawyers we've heard. Everybody comes to that and he said, and odi cut now, so I say, will be a board and cook, so me person will bet stand the board. So, a Ghana mera, yeah. And see,
honorable, yen train say PURC said omo test law no na fe yenya clarity ni.
Well, for me, I think we should do these things.
Okay.
Now, and that change a bit me see never be home kwan, and as a bit me as CC never be a let me see so that we have to test our laws.
Okay. Yeah, the next 3 minutes, John, quickly yen share.
Oh no, I think 3 minutes. I think that quickly I need to respond to this thing. Look, Ghana parliamentarian be any rights or boycott to parliament. Only right be say parliament cry obey decide say on vote too. But as part of Omankasa to put pressure here, pressure there, to draw attention
orders of parliament. And it is what we work with.
Please. Me tweet
Kasa.
Obi enu ha owo kwan say obe yes. You understand? Me organization, you invite me as part of me organization and your me say for the moment, me suspended my membership. We call to make us a chinchina member.
Anything
waste of time. No, unnecessary distraction. From everybody. The core issue is that you are too electricity bill 78%. And I'm a you better so and I so. I buy from the minimum, I buy into so net and to such.
And a tease for so many
brain abrochna. And when a issue, no, as to the suspension from the board and its legality.
Suspended him. Oh, no, that's
yeah, so why withdraw the
membership? John, never and we saw near a DB PhD. Say, I'm passing PRC for Bako Court, and answer Omonqua, TC for them so my ready. You were 3 minutes, Pena, Yanshe, I was so MPRC accusing the on the inside traders.
And no, maintain say.
Maintain say, can't say, my time from the Casa.
Say, I don't know.
Yes, I also around my chisa, my Babet Transnational. My pressure, my 1.5 minutes in the kick out.
You want us in Simbu and Canabonti.
Debbie,
and Timmy, and I feel, oh, let me find Coach Chambers.
Sorry, Nadim. Where the way I'm in the Coco. But I found 3 minutes. I got 3 minutes now. Some so good as I say.
When you know anything to the Fatava.
Well, I think, sir, we know, obviously, I see a interchange overhead or something, which eventually we are about buying. Seven go for a hodder. So be a war, a friend said tiptoe. Me tiptoe, yonder. And then a interchange into all of a sudden a honor. Tanana illegal.
Ako here say.
Ako here. Me did say every project be everywhere. You won't call for a immediate beneficiary or immediate victims. And to properly speaking, you know, as a result of our project and I become omono. Ye bibi, siomo, nyomudin komo, and all that. Maybe I'm more than what say. But say, maybe I say, oh, on this day and on so and so date, you know, ubia yin in yama enfio. And na omo yi. Say akobana sa. And no dey nyina be support.
Notice by idea but ye enro ankwa na
complaints I don't know how far it is true. Say, and no crest omo notice. I believe that we can do things better. And for me, you know, when you idea or see a chim, say, no crest or some vacancy place, no. Na you used to for idea, no. We there must be proper way of doing it. I mean, Gene say because AMA and then the boss name in penny for no. Almost say on conform markets, no, they have a lot of ways of keeping their records. Ubi ordinary car, ubi also ordinary car, ubi to be Janiama or Bibri or Beton, we be a diasa. On to mean crazy casa and fan coffee, Bibri keep near my valuables. I just don't want to become man can ye penami creative pressure, Robert's name. But they are valuables, uncle, for a keep in their shops. It is I don't want to go.
Honorable.
I don't want to go.
Me in this assembly bia or memoir. Pass a waba that task force abase ye baby bubu ubibi. Amuma prayer notice. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. But to also say it, Ghana for we have this attitude. Oh, ebi awunya mai. Omo wama betron so kra awunya mai. So me it happened to me. I was Yashi. Not 1997. I was some furniture showroom be a hotel be yes anymore. That time no na my temporary.
Now your time and so
but I say kasa. Temporary structure. And yes, we wait to media. Wait to media to see what and you could see temporary. And check
no be tutu ye
omo ma no to say yentu oh ombeba oh mo kra ma ba kan munya mai masa one day me ko to materials abe ejuma me buy na flat crack me see cash me wardrobe me withdraw mu maybe that sky the brem sem fan ko to me bi je bi me buy na drawer ni ye to asi wa sika ni nim ni e ka wan na ko bisa no these things happen but me jidi say the agenda is for all of us the collateral benefit as any individual
okay
and let nobody create any as impediment in the way na yenfa neman to 2 years be be say ne nkofo kasa the compensation o say dien o NY
honorable Kojo Edu Asare kane mrashibdwani edema adenta na afei aspiring MPP national organizer John Bodu na wote say omni di nkomo midi na na say ampofo eje yenkoye be say di nkomo bi sisi